be a crime to clone people? My topic for today's discussion, ladies and gentlemen, is cloning, a subject with significant ethical ramification for our society. The issue at hand is more explicitly whether it should be illegal to clone people. We must pay close attention to this matter since it seriously undermines our conceptions of human worth, individuality, and dignity. Applying the idea of a double effect, which asks us to take into account both intended and unintended repercussions of human cloning, we shall investigate ethical implications of this process. We start by making clear where I stand on this issue. Cloned human beings should be illegal. I agree. Cloning raises difficult moral issues that cannot be overlooked in addition to being a technical achievement. We must carefully consider the possible outcomes and deal with the moral issues raised by this activity. Let's now examine the justifications offered by individuals who support the legitimacy of cloning. Some claim that cloning could result in medical breakthroughs, enabling humans to produce organs for transplantation or discover treatments for fatal diseases. It is said that cloning has the potential to advance veterinary and human medicine, with non-reproductive human cloning technologies potentially providing future cures for severe, incurable sickness. Given the right conditions, any stem cell can develop into any tissue. These desired outcomes appear positive, but we must carefully examine them in light of the effect of the doctrine of double effect. We cannot ignore the unforeseen repercussions that come along with human cloning. Despite the fact that the intended effects of this process seem enticing, cloning threatens the fundamental essence of what it means to be human by undermining each person's distinction and individuality. It raises the possibility that cloned people might be treated like ordinary commodities and robbed of their natural worth and individuality. Furthermore, it is impossible to overlook the possibility of abuse such as exploitation of cloning for evil ends or the development of genetically superior classes. In addition to moral and philosophical ramifications, cloning should be illegal for practical reasons. First, aside from the ethical issues mentioned above, scientific cloning should be prohibited since it raises the chance of reproductive cloning. It will be impossible to prevent the implantation of subsequent birth of cloned embryos once they are available in the laboratory. Furthermore, it is important to consider the emotional and psychological effects that cloning would have on both affected people and society as a whole. Second, reproductive cloning is a very inefficient technique and cannot develop into healthy individuals. Research says that the birth of weight and gain range of abnormalities in important organs such as liver, brain, and heart was observed during the experimentation. Thus, the protection of our common ideals and integrity of our human must come first. We must assess whether intended advantages of human cloning exceed these unintended drawbacks by applying the doctrine of double effect. It makes us consider the moral conundrums surrounding issues like the violation of individual autonomy, the possibility of discrimination, or the development of hereditary hierarchies in our society. The doctrine of double effect serves as a reminder that human cloning has repercussions beyond its immediate advantages. While reproductive options and medical improvements may seem alluring, we must carefully consider the overall impact of human welfare and the preservation of our common values. I am aware that some could contend that making cloning illegal hampers advancement in science and curtails personal freedom. Striking a balance between innovation and ethical scientific procedures is essential though. Our efforts should be focused on establishing moral substitutes that advance social progress while remaining respectful of individual rights. We must keep in mind that the idea of double effect compels us to think about the larger effect of our decision. We must be careful not to let the advancement of science come at the expense of our respect for life, human dignity, or individual autonomy. It is important to recognize that the application of the notion of double effect is not a standalone standard for judging the morality of human cloning. Technology developments may be both a blessing and a curse though, and that must be acknowledged. Cloning might provide certain advantages, but there may also be long-term drawbacks. By making cloning illegal, we make sure that our society is based on notions of human dignity, protecting the rights and ideals we cherish. Finally, we must give human cloning significant thought. We are forced to examine our core assumptions about what it means to be human in order to answer the question of whether cloning should be illegal. We are forced to consider both the planned benefits and unanticipated effects by using the doctrine of double effect. By making cloning illegal, we safeguard the sacredness of life and the basic foundation of our humanity. Let's go cautiously and embrace morally some solutions that align development with our common principle.